Over the course of the next 9 minutes, I'm going to show you how architects just like yourself are able to get to the top of Google Maps, the first page of search results, and now in AI searches utilizing their local on-page and off-page SEO strategies. So let me go ahead and share my computer screen and we'll jump right in. So using the example architecture firm in Baltimore, Maryland, I'm going to show you how websites are able to get to the first page of search results. Now, if you want to learn more about your website and how to rank effectively within your town or city that you're trying to rank within, just fill out our free SEO evaluation request and we'll send back a video just like this within 24 hours, walking you through what you need to do in order to get to the top of Google Maps and the first page of search. That being said, let's jump right in. Now, typically speaking, there are two places that you can organically appear on the first page of search. There's what's called the Google 3-pack, which I'm highlighting right here, and is controlled by what we call local SEO. And then there's the first 8 slots of a Google search result, and that's controlled by elements of what I call on-page SEO and off-page SEO. I first want to cover on-page SEO since I think that's what most small business owners and marketers associate search engine optimization with. So for that, let's go ahead and take a look at this website here in particular. Now, what I like to do is I actually like to go to the website, copy the website's URL, go back to Google and type in site : and then enter the website address. And here we're going to see all the pages that Google and other search engines are including in their rankings. And what I'm really looking for are signs of search engine optimization or SEO keywords. So I'm going to take a look at what's called the meta tag title, which I'm highlighting right here. And as you can see, there's the search term architecture in Baltimore. And then there's the meta description right here as well. And that is, again, another reference to search engine optimization because they have award-winning Baltimore architecture firm in there, right? And so I think at that point, we're trying to figure out, like, is that enough for them to be able to rank on the first page of search? One of the golden rules to search engine optimization is you have one keyword per page. So in reality, when you're building out your website pages, what you really need to think about are, what's the search term that I want people using to kind of find this website page? In this case, they elected to use the search term architecture in Baltimore, Maryland. So they placed it in their meta tag title, they placed it in their meta description, and then when you click through on the content of the website page itself, I think sometimes what you'll be able to see are some of references to, again, architecture firm in Baltimore, Maryland. And that is, I think, the goal, again, just following that sequence within search engine optimization, making sure that you have one keyword per page, that SEO keyword is listed in your meta tag title, it's listed in your meta description, and then it's referenced a few times strategically throughout the text of the website itself. But that is how you can rank a website effectively utilizing on-page SEO. Now, the other way you can get to the first page of search results is by also focusing on what's called local SEO. And primarily that revolves around working within your Google business profile. So in this situation, we're going to take a look at East Wing Architects and how they're in the Google 3-pack. So for me, I always like to just search the business's telephone number. By doing that, you're actually going to see their Google business profile appear on the right-hand side. Now, we all understand the importance of reviews. The more reviews that a Google business profile has, the easier it is to rank on the first page of search. That being said, there are certainly 4 other things that you can be doing to further enhance the performance of your Google business profile. First is just simply uploading photos of completed work. Now, before you do that, right, before you go to your phone or your computer and just upload those photos directly to your profile, there's one thing that we really want you to consider, which is actually renaming the file name of the photo itself. Now, I know that kind of sounds silly, but when you think about it, every picture or image ultimately has its own file name. And sometimes it's like this egregiously long digit, right? When in reality, we can easily just change that to kind of be like architecture project in Baltimore, Maryland. In this case, we could have done like residential architecture design and build in Baltimore, Maryland. And that gives us some more SEO-friendly keyword, and it allows Google to not only know that you've uploaded a photo, but what that photo is, and if it has an SEO keyword in it, it helps you be able to rank more effectively. So the more photos you have that are SEO-friendly, the easier it is for Google to understand what exactly it is that you have to offer. The second thing we want people to focus on is utilizing what are called Google Business Profile posts. Now, a Google Business Profile post is a great strategy to utilize and enact when you don't have a lot of reviews. So a Google Business Profile post can be simply an update on the business, an offer, or an event. Now, we like to utilize just updates, because by adding an update, we can kind of go in there and say like, hey, as a residential architecture firm in Baltimore, Maryland, we, built out this third floor addition, right, rising over Stony Run. That's a little bit more SEO friendly than kind of what's there right now. But I think ultimately what you're trying to do is make sure that when you're providing an update, you're kind of answering those questions: who, what, where, and when, right? And if you could do that, that's a great opportunity to, again, get into the Google 3-pack. Now, the other parts of the profile that you don't really see on East Wing Architects, and which is why I'm going to show you Market Keeps here, is there are two other things that we want you to take advantage of and capitalize on. The first one is called questions and answers. So in reality, as somebody that manages or owns your Google Business Profile, you can actually submit your own questions and respond with answers to them. And if you think about it, the questions that typically come up in a contact form, on a discovery call, or maybe in that first appointment with a new client, those are all great questions to put within your Q&A and respond with SEO-friendly answers to, because they will help you to rank more effectively. And then finally, the last thing we want you to do is edit what are called your products and services. Again, these are things that you can list. Hey, here's all the different ways that we can work with you as your architectural firm, but just make sure that they come with a description, right? A lot of people just fall into the trap of just like putting in their products, but they don't put any descriptions that go along with those products. And again, if you do that, it's a lot easier to rank effectively on the first page of search results. So that is another thing that we want you to take care of. But if you do that, you have a better chance of getting into the Google 3-pack. Now, finally, the last part of search engine optimization, and the one that I think separates the websites that rank at the top of the first page of search versus even the ones that are on the bottom of the first page of search, as well as the second page and so on, is something called off-page SEO. And off-page SEO really refers to backlinking. Now, the great thing about backlinking is it's very calculated. You can actually understand what's required. I think a lot of people just hear the term backlinking and think the more backlinks I have from anywhere online, the better it is for my website. That's not what I'm saying. It's all about quality versus quantity. That being said, we can definitely understand just how many you need. So for the search term architects in Baltimore, you can see that you have about 40 referring domains that can help you get into the first page of search results. Now, that's the suggested. If you take a look at the website Zigger and Sneed that we took a look at, you saw that they had a good presence on the first page of search. And part of that is because they have 670 backlinks from 290 different websites. Now, those 290 different websites kind of fall into three categories. The first one we call local citations, and that's places that they can list their business's name, address, and telephone number. So an example of that could be like fastcompany.com. Another one could be like interiordesign.net, Baltimore Magazine, right? So that's all there. The second one we would kind of call like awards and recognitions. So for that, again, it could have been the Baltimore Magazine where they were talking about the top architecture firms. You could see, again, there was a reference up here as we scrolled a little bit higher into architecturaldigest.com, so maybe an article was written about them. But that's another one. And then finally, the last one is just natural backlinks that kind of come as part of their website and how they do that. So you have like BizDirect, Your Rank, Link Zone Directory, LinkHubDirectory.com, all great opportunities to incorporate their business's name, address, phone number, and website, and ultimately help them to rank more effectively. Now, hopefully you found this video helpful. If you have any further questions regarding search engine optimization, or you'd like to learn a little bit more about our services, again, please feel free to fill out an SEO evaluation request. But thanks again for watching, and I wish you the best of luck with the business. Thanks a lot, and take care.